Hi, I'm Matt from HeroClix, and today I'm going to talk about my 500-point Minion Game ad, Mothership Books and Games we had last Saturday. So it was a Minion Game with 500 points. You could only have one character above 75 points. So there's a chance to play a whole bunch of little dudes and practice your positioning and stuff like that. So I was looking at a bunch of figures under 75 points just to kind of get an idea of what there was out there, and I remembered General Lane. And General Lane is fantastic. Every time I played with him, he's been like my MVP. He just does a lot. He gives a Superman enemy team ability to all characters with the same keyword as him that are adjacent to him. And then he's got super leadership that lets him, if he succeeds, he can pull it off a character with the same keyword as him. You know, even regardless of point value. He's got enhancement, so he basically screamed to play a soldier ranged team. So yeah, I totally did that. So I looked through all the soldiers, and of course I found out one of my favorite soldiers. I am a big fan of the Justice League cartoon show, and the Green Lantern of the Justice League cartoon show is John Stewart. So he is my personal favorite Green Lantern. This is the LE that came with War Light. Who's got that crazy range combat expert he can use with running shot. So, love him from that. I'm running him at full, and his job was to kind of cart General Lane around and take pot shots at people with his giant 10 range. Also, with his improved targeting, ignores characters, ignores hindering. So I could have General Lane in front of him, and have General Lane uses the PD team ability to draw a line of fire to a character, -1 their defense, and then blast the bejeebers out of him with John Stewart. And so I was kind of looking at other soldiers, and I came across Jason Esparta. Jason Esparta has got that cool power that once per game he can carry 3 characters that share a keyword with him. Since I'm going soldier, it'll be soldier. And once per game, he can give himself a free action, and then he and any character that he carried that turn can't be targeted. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. I'll bring a bunch of people into position, and bring a bunch of people in position, and then say, hey, you can't target me. And if I distribute my people right, I can bring people in behind them, and you just can't. They'll have to come around my net pushing people. The dudes that he was carrying around was 2 40-point soldiers from Superman, Wonder Woman, and then Prime Peggy Carter from Agents of Shield, mainly for her pick a power negate stuff. And yeah, I wanted to bring them up, say, hey, look, you can't target them, and then swing some people behind them so that my opponents would have to come really all the way around trying to get shots on people. Filling out my team was the Fast Forces Captain America, the 50-point one, the one that when you can give him a power action and a character that shares a keyword with them, which would be a soldier, can move half their speed for free that turn, which is really, really helpful. I thought it would help me get into position better. And to cart him around, I had the 45-point Gravity Feed Parademon from Trinity War. I had to borrow him because I do not have this guy. I have tons of the other ones, just not this guy right here. And it's understandable because this guy is 45 points, charge, exploit, 3 damage, flight, soldier keyword. He is fantastic. One thing I noticed is that there's a lot of moving parts in this team, and positioning everybody without screwing up took a lot of concentration. I know my first game, I moved position fine, and the first turn, but the second turn, it took me almost 5 minutes to get where I needed to get. I needed to kind of get in a position where Jason Esparta could outwit somebody, and I could have this soldier tie somebody up, and then give Cap a free action to move this soldier over here to tie somebody up. And that took me like 5 minutes to figure that out, dude. That was a brain teaser. My poor opponent was trying to have a conversation with me, and I was like, oh no, because I didn't want to be rude or anything like that, but I had to totally rethink my thought every single time, and I'm like, oh no, dude, I sound like a jerk. I'm like, because I just needed to really concentrate on positioning for that turn. Yeah, it was a lot of moving parts, and Yeah, once I figured it out, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I wish I could have practiced with this team and practiced positioning better. My second game was against one of the better players in our area. He was running Hydra. He was running a whole bunch of those the Hydra Warbots, the Dreadnoughts, the Hydra Dreadnoughts from Iron Man, the Gravity Feed one and the main set one. And he outpositioned me, and he at the very end he got everybody but J Stew because J Stew is a survivor. And then my final game was against a newer player who picked up the game a while back, who just hasn't been able to come out and play games. And so I thought I'd be like, okay, well that's cool. I'll be easy on him, and I won't use Jason's apart Sparta's not targeting power, and I won't use Peggy Carter's you can't use power. And that was a huge mistake because he was playing Inhumans, and even being 50 points underbuilt, those are humans with all those perplexes. Just he didn't miss. He did not miss at all, and like everything was a hit, was a hit, was a hit, was a hit. And eventually he got everybody but J Stew because J Stew is the man. Now, if I had to go back and make changes, like I probably would have gone with my original idea, which was instead of Peggy Carter run Cerise, instead of the 45-point Parademon, run a 40-point Soldier, and run the 5-point Bulldozer construct on John Stewart, just to give him extra damage potential for like maybe whopping someone to a wall and stuff like that. I probably would have tried to position better. I wish I had the opportunity to like kind of practice positioning first in advance. But yeah, placement is the key to this game, and it's something that I'm working on. And I really liked this experience. I liked having placed all these things to. It was a real challenge, and I think it helped me focus on my placement skills. And I like this game. I like this game a lot. As always, I'm interested to hear what changes you would have made to my team, or what you would have built if you were playing a 500-point game where you could only have one figure that was over 75 points. Please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. This is Matt with Heroic Tactics, and may all your dice rolls be hot.